Hi everyone and welcome. Today we're going to focus on the essential skill in life drawing. Understanding basic proportions of the human body. Learning how to accurately depict the human figure starts with understanding its underlying structure. And I'll guide you step by step on how to do just that. By the end of this video, you should be able to sketch the basic proportions of a standing figure using simple guidelines. Let's get started. So, anatomy is a scientific study of the human body. To get an understanding of what you know about anatomy, I would like for you to guess how many bones there are in the human body. So we have A, 507, B, 206, C, 115, and D, 1,500. The answer is B. There are 206 bones in the human body. Artists have drawn, painted, and sculpted the human body in artworks over many years. The human body can grow, move, pose, and be dressed. That's what makes an interesting subject. So we're going to be getting straight into proportion. The human body can be drawn to proportions. This helps it look realistic. A technique to do this is to divide the figure into 8 parts. I'll be briefly showing you how to do this within my step-by-step example. For this example, I have found a reference image on Pinterest and have uploaded it into a digital software in which I will be showing you how to sketch on there. You can choose to make yours either digitally or a hard copy. Okay, starting off, you want to draw a line in the center of your page. This is roughly as long as the image that you have selected. And then you want to begin to break it up into 8 sections. This might take a moment to get them kind of even in size or roughly where the different features of the bodies land. Now that you have this, you want to start by drawing an oval for the head, and we'll use this as a reference point for the rest of the figure. Next, we will move down to the torso. The shoulders are typically about 2 heads width wide. From the base of the head to the crotch area, this is about 4 heads tall. This represents the upper half of the body. Now for the legs, the distance from the crotch to the feet is roughly 4 heads, which making up the lower half of the body. This is also represented within the 8 sections that we have drawn already. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you feel like you are not up to that part of the drawing yet. Now we will begin to identify some skeletal landmarks that will help guide your drawing. The elbows line up around the waist, the wrists fall near the crotch area, and the hands rest above the mid-thigh. The knees are also about halfway down the legs. It's important to remember this is an initial sketch, so you will refine the details later. It's just to get a rough idea where everything is. Now for this example, I'm going to begin to refine where the shapes of the clothes lie. This will help in fixing up where proportions may not be correct for the legs, arms, the torso, etc., refining them further and allowing for the shape to come together more. I am also beginning to add more shape to features such as the hands, calves, shoulders, neck. This making them more refined rather than circular shapes. You can begin to erase areas of the drawing that aren't quite right, changing the shapes or just removing where the sketch initially started to get more of a solid form. The way this looks will vary depending whether you're making your drawing digitally or on pencil and paper. So I'm just continuing to add more and more little details around the different parts of the body, refining the shapes more and fixing the proportions as best I can. So that was my initial sketch. So going back and refining, I saw that the legs needed to be much longer than the torso, so it was throwing the whole proportions of the drawing out, and also just decreasing the size of the head so it looked more realistic rather than cartoon. So I definitely would start with your general shape and then work on refining it as much as you can and just improving those areas that just need different proportions. So that's the basic approach to sketching human proportions. Remember, the key is to practice these guidelines to get a feel for the human body structure. I encourage you to try drawing at least a few figures using this technique before class and bring them for our in-class session. I would like for at least one to be finished, as I said, so I will see you then with your figure drawings.